नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका मेरे चैनल में। और आज हम रिव्यू करेंगे 2022 में रिलीज हुई मैट रीव्स निर्देशित बैटमैन को। वार्नर ब्रदर हैव वंस अगेन revived this character and this time Robert Pattinson is cast as a new Batman. This movie is going to be a trilogy with Robert as the Batman and it's not connected to DCEU. It's gonna be a standalone movie like Joker. So मेरा नाम है प्रत्युष और आप देख रहे हैं पीजे रिएक्शन एंड रिव्यूज। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। Warner Brother is trying so hard to establish their DC universe like Marvel, but they have failed to do so. The lack of vision and mismanagement have been the biggest hindrance in their path. We have already seen Ben Affleck's Batman, which is a big disaster, and that's why they haven't been able to give Ben Affleck's Batman a standalone movie yet. So they are back to the old formula, which is to make a standalone Batman trilogy like they did with Christian Bale's Batman. बैटमैन हमेशा से डीसी का वो कैरेक्टर रहा है जिसे कि मासेस हैव कनेक्ट ऑन ह्यूमन लेवल। Batman is a normal human. He is no alien, no superpower, but with sheer will he has carved himself into a superhero. And I must say the origin story of Batman is the most grounded one in DC universe. A kid whose parent was murdered in front of him and has spent his whole life with his butler. Bruce is a complex character. He has his own deep childhood scar on his psyche, which led him to be a man which he is now known as Batman. Gotham, the dark gothic city where crime and madness resides, but at the same time, Batman also lurks in the shadow. He is the hope of a falling city. He is born in the city and his father was a founding member of Gotham. So Gotham is like a legacy to Bruce which he wants to save at any cost. The city is dear to him. Somewhere in his heart he knows nothing is going to change, but he wants to try till his last breath. Gotham is dark and madness is in the soul of the city, and Batman is trying to capture this madness and put it back in Arkham Asylum. Matt Reeves' Batman is reboot to the Batman franchise, and I must say it's a fresh start with casting Robert Pattinson as Batman. This movie showcased the early days of Batman. The Dark Knight has been active for only 2 years and he's sort of making his name in the street of Gotham. Criminal knows there is something lurking in the dark alleys of Gotham, but they aren't sure of what it is. Batman is able to instigate fear in criminals in the span of 2 years. Batman is young and right now sort of fighting criminals. He's cleaning Gotham streets. Matt Reeves have made it sure that the movie is grounded as it is based on the early adventure of Batman. It showcases Batman more as a detective rather than a superhero. Movie starts with a dark gothic view of Gotham City. Batman is on patrol and suddenly sees Batmark glowing in the sky. Duty calls and he reaches the crime scene. There is a dead body of a politician. His face is wrapped and his head is thrashed with a hammer-like tool. Whole crime is filled with riddles and killer had left a riddle for Batman. From here starts the game of cat and mouse chase. One after the other, murder are happening and this is not a big mystery. Who is the main villain in the movie? Obviously it's Riddler. But the motive behind the murder and how Batman solved the mystery makes this movie worth a watch. Batman, which is played by Robert Pattinson, is young and he's been on a street doing vigilante work for 2 years. This movie showcased the early adventures of Batman, so this Batman doesn't have that much gadgets. He's grounded and dependent more on his skills and brain rather than gadgets. Robert have played this character a bit differently than his predecessors. He's angry, he's a bit more violent, he's against using arms, but we can see anger in his fighting style. We can feel his angers and he doesn't hesitate breaking some bones here and there, which we don't see in previous Batman. He seems dark, like he's fighting his own demons. He talks less, he's more introvert, and he's more idealistic. He wants to save Gotham from its downfall, as it is his father's legacy. He idolizes his father. He have always known his father as a great philanthropist who have helped building the city from ground. Robert have played this character, giving it its own touch. You can feel the anger and pain in his eyes. His body language is quite gloomy and dark. Overall, Robert looks real good as Batman and have embodied the character successfully. Catwoman played by Zoe Kravitz. She is gritty, chiseled and fearless. We have seen many Catwoman previously, from Michelle Pfeiffer to Halle Berry and from Anne Hathaway to Zoe Kravitz. In my view, whatever anybody say about Halle Berry Catwoman, but she was the first who got to play Catwoman in the standalone movie. And the way she portrayed the character, man, I was awed. The way she walked and carried herself in that movie was an experience on its own. I know the movie was trash, but that doesn't mean Halle was not good. Even today, I remember the scene when she just slid between the jail bars. So according to me, Halle was the best Catwoman yet, but Zoe is not far behind. She looks confident in that suit and she assists Bruce in the solving the case. She is not like him, she doesn't have a moral code and she doesn't mind killing criminals, which is against Batman code, and he stops her going that dark path. One man who is unrecognizable is Colin Farrell. He's playing Penguin in the movie. He works for Carmine Falcone. Colin is menacingly good as Penguin. He doesn't have much to do in this movie, but in the next part, we are going to see more of him. Carmine Falcone, played by John Turturro. We have seen John in movies like Transformer playing an agent. We have seen him doing comedic roles, so watching him doing this role was a bit shocking. Carmine Falcone is the kingpin of Gotham, and in DC Universe he is larger-than-life character. The character was written beautifully, but John lacked in portraying this menacing character. Frankly, I didn't find him convincing in this role. A superhero movie needs a befitting and a menacing enemy as strong as a superhero. The villain should challenge the hero and should be two steps ahead of him. There is a saying superheroes are as powerful as their villains. Paul Dano has played Riddler in this movie, and I must say he looked menacingly crazy. He's killing prominent people of Gotham as they are a larger part of controversy. All of these people who are murdered by Riddler is some way or another indulged in a crime or corruption. Riddler has his own distorted way of justice, and he's killing these people as they are responsible for corruption in Gotham City. Somewhere in his mind, he's doing justice to the innocent citizens of Gotham. He's highly motivated with Batman. He inspired Batman's vigilante justice and tried to be like him. Technically, movie is really good. I love the background music. Every beat and every score enhance the watching experience. The BGM is dark and gritty. VFX is really good. The car chase between Batman and Penguin is jaw-dropping. Matt Reeves have been successful in creating a gothic world which is dark and ruthless. Only powerful survives. There is no place for weak and poor in Gotham. Gotham citizens are angry and they want vengeance for all the wrong done to them. और कहीं ना कहीं Batman represents that anger. As he the vengeance, he is Batman. Batman can let you down if you're expecting a grand superhero movie with powers and destruction. This movie shows more detective side of Batman, which is quite infamous for. Batman is known more for his detective skills rather than being a stereotypical hero. So if you're a Batman fan and you want to see some raw detective Batman skills, this movie is for you. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It's a must watch. My rating is 8.5 out of 10. तो चलिए इस रिव्यू को यहीं खत्म करते हैं और मिलते हैं आपसे अगले रिव्यू में. प्लीज डू लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब इफ यू लाइक माई कंटेंट. क्लिक द नोटिफिकेशन बेल सो दैट यू विल गेट नोटिफाइड व्हेन न्यू वीडियो इज पब्लिश्ड. कमेंट बिलो एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू गिव योर फीडबैक. जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम.